Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today, two camels walk into a bar, but only one of them can leave alive as Hera, playing as the Saracens in blue, gets ready to duke it out with ACCM, playing as the Gurjaras in red. Now all the players heard their herdables explore their immediate surroundings and try to get their butts up, their adorable goat butts up, to the Feudal Age. Not a bad time for us to take a look at the Civ matchup that we are going to be watching today. Now, the Saracens are a civilization whose strong market can be used to gain an early to mid-game advantage over their opponents. To start with, every Saracen market only costs 75 wood, and their commodity trading fee is fixed at a very low 5% right from the very beginning of the game, which is significantly lower than the 30% that other civilizations have to pay when, they want to buy food early on and get their butts up to Castle Age. Now, using this economic advantage, the Saracens can field quite a hard-hitting, tanky army. Their foot archers come with an attack bonus against buildings, which makes their Feudal Age aggression scarier than usual. Their camels come with 25% more HP. Their trebs, their mangonels, their onagers can all be upgraded to increase their attack. And their unique unit, the Mameluke, is a ranged melee camel unit that comes with a pretty big attack bonus against cavalry. Now, if, as sometimes happens in Age of Empires, your units are injured in battle, their HP goes a little bit lower than the 100% that they're birthed with, well, Saracen monks can be upgraded to automatically and passively heal multiple units nearby simultaneously. Now, who might want to attack and injure some of these Saracen units? Let's take a look at the right side of the map where we've got ACCM playing as the Gurjaras, a civilization that focuses on man's other four-legged best friends, horses, camels, and elephants. Gurjara camels and elephants are created faster. All of their mounted units deal progressively more bonus damage, all the way up to 40% more if we're lucky enough for this game to go into Imperial. Their camel line units, their elephant archers, can be upgraded to make them much harder to kill with a huge +4 melee armor boost. And their first unique unit, they get two. The first of the Shravamsha Rider, a super fast cavalry unit that can actually dodge enemy projectiles every 5 or 7 seconds. Now, I said they get two, although really they get three, because take a look at this guy, is the Camel Scout, one of the only two unique units in this game that you can actually train in the Feudal Age. Let me know if you know the other one. I'll let the suspense build if you don't know, and reveal it at the end of the Gurjara discussion out to support their mounted units against pesky, annoying things like pikemen or halberdiers, although halberdiers not exactly something we're going to get to see out of our Saracen. The Gurjaras can field a second unique unit, the Chakram Thrower. This is an infantry unit with a ranged melee attack who throws discs, much like Xena Warrior Princess, and much like her discs in the early 90s, well, the ones thrown by Chakrams can hit multiple targets at once, and their damage output, even though it's quite low, they do deal 100% pass-through damage. Now, in order to help the Gurjaras build their military up, get those animals, get those mounted units out on the map, they do start the game with 2 free berry bushes underneath their TC. ACCM has already depleted one, has one left right there. They can garrison their livestock. If you take a look at this, all 8 goats are safe and sound, which means, if you take a look at the top right of your screen, 373, 374, 375. Up a unit. The longer you have these units inside, the more it auto-generates food. And lastly, they can upgrade their entire military-industrial complex so that each and every Gurjara military unit, and I mean every single one of their military units, costs 25% less food. So those are the two civilizations. By the way, do you know which other unit you can train in the Feudal Age, where our Gurjara will be in 1 minute and 55 seconds? It is the Sicilian Sergeant. So that and the Camel Scout. So I guess technically you could say the Gurjaras have 3 unique units, although I have seen the Camel Scout referred to as a regional unit. I'm not sure it is technically one, but it is a pretty cool thing to have not 1, not 2, but 3 unique units that you can train, including, by the way, 1 in the Feudal Age, because this is not a cheap unit to train in Feudal Age. You almost never see it, although saying almost is a bit of a understatement. You pretty much never see Camel Scouts being trained in the Feudal Age, although I wonder if one day somebody like Red Phosphoru will come up with a Feudal Age build that overruns their enemies with Camel Scouts. That'll be pretty cool. And in any event, that's neither here nor there, unless ACM wants to be that Red Phosphoru for us today and begin a brand new Gurjara meta. Let's take a look at the chessboard. The pieces are battling on today. Pardon me, I don't know why I said out. Center full of hills. So a lot of high ground advantage here. Take 25% less damage, meet out 25% more damage when you're on the high ground. The usual relic in the center of the map, one forest. But aside from that, a pretty open space between the two bases, south of the forest, north of the forest, as the players now discover where each other's bases are. Hera will see in a second. Our Camel Scout has seen Hera's base, and so we'll keep an eye on these scouts. In the meantime, let's take a look at those bases, see where the resources are located. Sometimes useful, sometimes not, but primary gold off to the north, primary stone off to the south. In the rear position, our Saracen does have an extra patch of gold, but his third patch of gold and secondary stone very much in the forward position. Stone a little bit off campus, not really on the attack path, surrounded by a number of forests, which means it could be potentially pretty safe here. And a Saracen with a lot of stone is a Saracen with a lot of castles, and a Saracen with a lot of castles is potentially one with Mamelukes, and that is one of my favorite units in the game. So, you know, fingers crossed. Although against camels, and especially camels that deal more bonus damage, if you're not familiar with camels, they do have attack bonuses against other camels, although I'm not sure the scout comes. Yeah, it does +2 against other camels. There we go. I thought it didn't, but maybe that's in the Dark Age. It doesn't come with any of those bonuses, but it might actually come in the Dark Age with bonuses nonetheless. I might be thinking of eagles, so completely disregard the caster you're watching right now as he completely fumbles his way through an analysis of these civilizations, their units, the map, resource location, player strengths, and everything else that you tune in to watch here, as it looks like our Gurjara is putting on the pressure here. He does have, again, the only unit here with attack bonuses, cavalry +5, 70 HP to the usual 45 of these scouts, which means, again, this camel unit is so much stronger, faster, tankier. But again, it is a gold costing unit, which means probably the starting one is the only one we'll get to see. And one spearman is enough to shoo this away for now, which means let's take a look very quickly. Maybe not. Well, we'll take a look at the ACCM's base in a bit. I'm sure at some point Hera will be putting on some aggression, which will give us an opportunity to see where ACCM's resources are. For now, he is exploring the northern portion of the base. Is ACCM has seen the south with his scout, but now he's back, knows where the berries are. They've been depleted a little bit since he's been here last. Ooh, an exposed villager. An exposed villager in here as well. But Hera's scout units are enough to scare away this Gurjara force. I think if ACCM had just one more unit, just one more scout in here, he probably would have risked it for the biscuit there with that one villager. But for now, his camel taking a lot of ass paddling here unnecessarily. He does take the high ground. Fantastic move there for our Gurjara. Both players backing away from one another. The usual Feudal Age dance. And Hera, with this portion of the wall off and the one up north, he is now pretty much fully walled in. Going after the spearman is ACCM, and 13-14 minutes in, the players have decided to finally take an engagement. Villager joins in on the fight, says, hey, my fellow spearman has died. Let me pick up his long pointy stick and join in on the fight. If only they could do that, the villagers. They could pick up the, like in Call of Duty or any other first-person shooter, you can pick up weapons off the ground and use them as if they were yours. In any event, kill count 3-2 for our Gurjara, who, unfortunately for him, lost that one camel scout who took a lot of unnecessary HP pokage and fell very quickly in that battle. But now our Gurjara, he's brought a few bipedal units for the ride. A spearman and archer. I see more reinforcements. Another spearman archer, another scout, another archer. Gonna try to bust his way in here. He says, hey, I know you're the Saracens and you get an attack bonus against buildings with your foot archers, but I've got a pretty sizable army myself. And even though you've got Palisade here with 250 HP, I'm going after the thicker building because it has negative melee armor as opposed to your +2 armor. Archers managed to get a scout. Oh my goodness. ACCM is being real annoying here, but this might be a little bit of a death nook here if Hera decides to unleash his archer force, although for now his archer force is just one archer and he loses a villager as well. ACCM starting to rack up the damage here, and now he's back to the bushes. Did the weaker villagers get moved out of the way? No, they didn't. They're still here. Down goes a scout, down go multiple scouts, but another villager dead for Hera. 9 kills to 6. ACCM is sticking around. Why are you not bringing the 2 units here on the right side to bear on this location? A few archers would be fantastic right now. Some of these villagers are incredibly low on HP. ACCM doing a good amount of early game damage right now. 2 villager kills, 12 kills to 9. I would say he lamed the berries, but they've already been picked clean. And so not exactly... Oh, and now he gets trapped. But trapped with a 22 HP house may not be... Oh, ACCM kills a 3rd villager, says you're not trapped in here with... Or what's the line from Watchmen? I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me. As his scout continues running amok in the wood line now. He's going to go after the archer. The archer's going to go after the villagers, but the villagers see that the archer has very little HP and they join in on the fight as well. So both players losing archers. I mean, ACCM has definitely overstayed his welcome, but what a grand way to overstay your welcome here. Will he get one more villager before he dies? He does not. And Hera manages to survive 17 kills each, but he's lost 3 villagers. He's down 3 villagers. Unfortunately for his opponent, he is already heading up to the castle age, and ACCM is backing away, which gives us an opportunity 20 minutes into the game to actually look at our Gurjara base, which is in no way walled in. The northeastern portion completely open, the western portion completely open, the south half-assed. So let's take a look. Primary stone, just like Hera, to the south of his base. Primary gold, just like Hera, to the north of his starting TC. Just like Hera, also has a patch of gold to the rear. Just like Hera has his tertiary gold out in the front. But unlike Hera, he has an extra patch of stone safe and secure to the back. He has seen it, which is fantastic. Hasn't seen the Hungry Lion, who will for sure attack any villager trying to work that quarry. But not a bad base spawn compared to his opponent. Basically, same location for primary resources, same secondary gold to the back, same tertiary gold to the front. The only difference is the stone to the rear versus the stone to the forward position. And now Hera's moving out. He's 14 seconds away from castle. His opponent over a minute. Is he walled in? He's still not walled in. This is going to be the first time Hera's been here in a long, long time. And remember, these foot archers +3 attack bonus against buildings means that any wall off may or may not be that great. They're going to be crossbowmen as well. Crossbowmen with Botkin in about 15 seconds. ACCM's going up to 11 villagers, but he's got to maneuver. He's going to have to out-micro his opponent here with the weaker unit. And he might want to take the high ground. Not too sure why he's continuing to hug the low ground here. Oh, and look at that. He just had... Oh, the stupid lion kicks in. The worst possible thing you can have happen to you. Maybe not in life, but in Age of Empires for sure. As you're trying to out-maneuver, run away from a stronger enemy army force, is to have the frickin' Gaia on the map start attacking you. But oh my goodness, Hera is just picking off units. To be fair though, ACCM's in Castle Age. And to be fair, he's going up to crossbow Botkin himself. And so even though Hera hit Castle Age first, the advantage that he had in doing so, it's kind of disappearing, because look on the minimap. he's back home. He's back on his side of the map. Oh, and he's setting a trap here. Some of his crossbow moving left, some of them moving right. Another lion kicks in. ACCM, by the way, still ahead 3 villagers. Both of them economic upgrades, identical. And that's all she wrote for ACCM's army, but mission kind of accomplished. First of all, Hera's housed. And unless I'm mistaken, I don't see another house under construction except this one. Ooh. Oh, that's going to be so painful. 25 seconds down the toilet where you can't train anything. So mission accomplished for ACCM actively by sending Hera all the way back to the other side of the map. And also passively, I guess he doesn't really know it, but we do it with our, God's Eye caster vision, that Hera got housed there for another 25 seconds while he built a house with only 1 villager. But our Saracen's back. ACCM, he's got a little surprise here of 10 archers, crossbowmen. He pops them out on the high ground, by the way. And 4 kills, 5 kills, 6, 7 kills, 8. He is just picking off Hera's army one at a time. Amazing play there by ACCM. What's happening here? A market is under attack. Forward siege workshop. Huang in it is our Saracen. who is now getting wheelbarrow to match the Gurjaras wheelbarrow that he got a little while ago. Both players currently sitting on 1 TC. Mangonel coming out for our Saracen. No surprise there. Sees the heavy investment into archers. And so naturally, the counter unit. Not a lot of high ground here for either player to take. Hera has firmly secured it on the left side of the battlefield, but the right side is pretty much an open plain. And Hera being very cautious, very, a very light touch at the moment from our Saracen. Because back home, he is going up to another town center. So that is a huge wood investment that is not being spent on siege or archers, although he is training 5 crossbowmen at a time. More have popped out. In a few seconds, ACCM's archer force is going to be a little bit better than Hera's because it will come with some better armor upgrades. But uh-oh, here we go. Our Saracen returns the favor. 3, 4, 5 dead villagers. He's got ballistics. So does ACCM, who looked like he wasn't going to attack on the other side of the map, but will run into... Will he? Will he see it? Will he notice? He does notice. Back here, another town center going up for our Gurjara, but loses a villager in the process. And so now the villager kill count is a firm 6-3. The forward portion of the settlement also being barraged here by arrow and rock fire. More mangonel action coming. Another dead Saracen crossbowman. Both players trying to take a little bit of the high ground here. Hera derping his units left and right in the Castle Age tango of death here. But the numbers firmly in ACCM's favor. The upgrades firmly in ACCM's favor. That being said, the numbers are... okay, now, never mind. For a second, it was like 6-5, 5-4. But now it very much is 6-0. As Hera loses the last of his archers and loses another one. I mean, he's losing archers left, right, and center. That being said, it does... At least based on what I've seen so far, it feels like ACCM's should have the kill lead, but it says Hera, in fact, has 46 kills to 36. Mangonel War about to start here. Ooh, 2 for 1. Not bad for our Gurjara. Hera with a 3rd town center on the stone. Not bad at all. A 3rd TC on the gold. Trying to wedge it in between 2 hills, wherever the hell you can fit it when your map is very hilly and ugly. Another Gurjara villager bites the dust. 7 total kills in terms of civilian economic population, but Hera's got to be careful. He splits. And this is where it gets dangerous for Hera, because you're going to have to split. You're going to have to micro against the Mangonel. But at the same time, ACCM does not have to micro against any of your Mangonels. That being said, both players taking nice big chunks, nice big bites out of one another. Hera does have a massive 14-6 army count lead. He's now ahead in the villager count by 1. And he's the one putting on the aggression here, although aggression with a small, not a capital A. Let's call it a lowercase a, because this, as scary as it is, it's... Well, we'll see. We'll see how our Gurjara responds to this. So far, Mangonel fires, misses. He's training another one out of his siege workshop. Oh, that was kind of sour. But Hera with the attack round on the northern Mangonel catches out that one mango moving, predicts where it's going perfectly. Might want to attack the mill, even though the food output is not exactly as relevant now with all of these farms everywhere, but it's a good thing to lame. And he is doing exactly that. Red, though, needs to ungarrison very quickly and move to... First of all, delete this house. Otherwise, you're going to start losing goats. Another villager bites the dust. 10 vil kills to 3. Oh, no. You've seen men who stare at goats. This is men who fire rocks at goats. And how many goats does Red have left? 7. Okay. So he's rebuilding his mill here. He's going to shove those goats in there. Not sure if ACM has noticed that there is one goat in the middle of this battle. Both Mangonels taking a bit of damage. Red needs to repair. That goes without saying. Both players need to repair. Hera doesn't have any villagers in the forward position, though, so his ability to repair is non-existent. That being said, if you can one-to-one your opponent's Mangonels, the crossbows come in for a fantastic get there. I was going to say, if you can one-to-one your opponent's Mangonels and you have more, you're in a fantastic spot, but all of a sudden, Hera doesn't have more at all. Hera doesn't have more of anything. ACCM, it's his turn to get housed. Hera also housed both players. What is going on? They're forgetting to build their houses. And Hera moves back. He does not want to micro while he expands with a 4th town center. ACCM takes the army lead for the first time, 15-14, but Hera's villager count is starting to skyrocket out of control. He's 9 ahead of his opponent, whereas he used to be 3 behind. Will he catch ACCM's army moving out, or will it pop out of the ether and attack these villagers? Oh, thank you, Town Watch. But does lose 1. Okay, gets a crossbow. And a nice high ground King of the Hill castle. I think the only better location is probably here if you can even put a castle there. Town center gets 2 more kills. Crossbowmen get 2 more villager kills. 3 more vill kills. Okay, it's now 10-7. And here we go. The ability of the Saracen to clog up the works with those 75 wood markets is just absolutely fantastic. It's literally like the inverse of the Huns, who don't even have houses to wall themselves in. The Saracen being able to put down a 4x4 structure for 75 wood is just absolutely fantastic. ACCM, by the way, going after the crossbowmen. Or was he going after the villagers? In any event, he got 2 more vill kills. And now it's 10-9. Crossbowman kills crossbowman. Are we just going to see a big old crossbowman battle? If we do, our Saracen might want to start thinking about Bamaristan, because that is one of, in my opinion, one of the best upgrades in the entire game. By the way, Mameluke is out. Okay, it is pretty tanky. It is a melee attack, which means crossbowmen generally don't have the necessary armor to deal with it, the base of 0. But for now, just kind of moving back and forth. Bamaristan, by the way, that you heal friendly units within a 5-tile radius. That's 5 left, right, down, up, at 75 HP per minute. So if you're going Saracens and you're going crossbowmen, he's going after the villager, but is it going to cost him? Is it going to cost him? He's trying to maneuver. He's trying to dance around, but he does lose the Mameluke. Okay, 85 gold down the toilet. As I was saying, if you're going to go primarily crossbowman army with their very little, you know, kind of not the greatest HP, not exactly Vietnamese here with 20% more HP, but having 1 monk just hiding out among them, just hanging out 5 tiles away, is enough to heal them up in 30 seconds. By the way, 30 in-game seconds. Both players heading up to Imperial. Our Gurjara also with a 4th forward TC, also starting to get vision out on the map. And he is getting Kshatriyas. Okay, when you're going Gurjara, you have to get this upgrade. When you're going against the Gurjaras, you have to try to deny this upgrade. I've said this before with the, Hera doesn't notice. And just like that, 4 crossbowmen shit and die and live and die. I've said this before when we watch Gurjara games. If you're gonna play against them, you have to try to deny Kshatriyas for as long as possible. 25% discount on food across your entire military industrial complex is a pretty big deal. Hello, Saracen Mangonel. Hello, Red Villager. Somebody attack somebody. Hera moves back. He's gonna definitely attack. The villager notices as well. Oh my god, how the hell did they both not notice until the exact same moment? And here we go. High octane battles in the desert. 2 more camels from our Gurjara. Rather, 2 camels period mean that this Mangonel is not making it home. He fires 1 last impotent volley, goes nowhere. Another castle to the north. So Hera sees this spine of outposts, I believe, with the Mameluke. Yeah, he saw the first one, didn't see the second one, definitely saw the third. And so he knows there's a directional push coming from red. And so immediately the castle to the north to defend this, and it's going to get these camels. These are not Saracen camels with 25% more HP. In fact, I don't think they even have, no, they do have +1 armor. But here comes more and more vision for our Gurjara, more and more vision to the south. By the way, oh my god, these players, I love when pro players build outposts. I mean, you don't have to be Ethiopian to, or play the Ethiopians to get outposts. And there we go. Crossmen are about to become arbalesters. They're going to get bracer chemistry, conscription. They're going to have pretty much packing the strongest punch they can, being trained as fast as they can. But a defensive castle to the south. Very funny that Hera is building his defensive castle to the north, counter the outpost, whereas our Gurjaras to the south, he hasn't seen at all any portion of this southern map. Not that there's much to see here besides a little bit of extra stone and a relic, which he has, by the way, seen. Speaking of relics, in the meantime, Hera has managed to gather 3 relics. We'll see this one. Lion does not have the high ground, which means this one villager actually might have the high ground. I think he actually did have the high ground. Pardon me. But he's ready with a monk to gather his 4th relic. Arbalesters, one last upgrade, 45 seconds away from having their last armor upgrade. You need Bamaristan. If you're going to go Arbalesters, like I said, having... Ouch. All right, well, Hera going full-on Bob Barker, spaying and neutering the wild camel population. If you're going to go Arbalesters, now they have 40 whole HP. You need Bamaristan. You need to shove in a random monk among these archer units so that the monk can heal them. Again, 75 HP per minute basically means that, what, 35 seconds? In-game seconds, which is what, like 20 real human seconds it takes to take this unit from 1 HP to full health. Oh, Hera's transitioning to husbandry bloodlines. Okay, where are the stables? So he saw some camels and immediately he's trying to build a counter force. But what he didn't see are Shrivamshas. 22 are out, 13 of them are here. They are elite. They are fully upgraded attack and armor wise, and they are going to run into this TC area and they are going to dodge bullets. They're going to dodge arrow fire. They're going to dodge all manner of projectiles, and they are going to cause a ruckus here. But Hera, with a very defensive castle on the left, already has his forces ready. We'll keep an eye on his defenses ready. I would rather 2 monks immediately die. A Mangonel dies. Is he going to go after the bombard cannon? Is he going to go after the arbalesters? ACCM, this is a very scary push. These are elite Shrivamshas. They dodge 7 arrows. ACCM, I mean, I get the... Oh, the bombard cannon does end up falling here on the left side. I get the desire to get your trebs up as fast as possible, but now you're on the low ground. You could have set them up maybe here to take advantage of some high ground. So this is what I was talking about in the beginning of the game. This is what you want to see between these two civilizations. You want to see a heavy camel rider with a massive 170 HP, and then you want to see a heavy camel rider with not a +9 but a +13 attack bonus against other camels. Unfortunately, where is the Frontier Guards upgrade? Expensive freaking upgrade. Holy moly. 800, 700. Hera's castle falls. Looks like there's action on the other side of the map as well, with Hera being attacked to the northern part of his base. He will take down this Treb. But the camels, both players balancing their economies, both players sitting 20, 30 camels apiece. Shrivamshas being added. Why are you adding Shrivamshas here into here? Okay, maybe he wants to go after those arbalesters. But army count, Hera has doubled the size of his army count. And now his arbalesters are wreaking havoc on this gold mine at the same time, though. He is attacking. What the hell are these guys even doing here, is my question. He's defended against the Shrivamsha. Now he's killed that last very aggressive gold mining villager. But he will lose his arbalesters. We'll see how many villagers he can take out before he does so. Looks like 3. And now he moves forward. Army count 70 to 35. Hera literally again double the army count. Both players have a good amount of vision. Shrivamshas can dart in, dart out. What they can't do is engage into camels with 18 attack bonus against them. Hera's a 200 population, and there it is. There's Frontier Guard. So we're gonna have fully roided out Gurjara camels. I don't know who takes this battle. One has 140 HP, one has 170, and there's Bamaristan. 75 HP per minute. I'm going to highlight this entire army. Look at its HP. Look at the HP going up. And by the way, you can actively heal any of these units, and the other ones are all getting healed at the same time automatically. Look at that. Another 10, another 10, another 10, another 10 HP. And all of a sudden, Hera's army is pretty much as healthy as it could possibly be. Gurjara camels are in here. I'm looking at the bottom left of the screen. A bunch of them look like they are very injured. Hera strikes into the quarry here, but Gurjara camels are ready to respond. We'll keep an eye on that. In the meantime, it looks like ACCM, what is he trying to accomplish here? A three-pronged attack. Loses his trebs to the bombard cannon. And we are about to find out, although I suspect, unfortunately for our Gurjara, that he is significantly outnumbered. And even though he's streaming in reinforcements, okay, looks like he's cleared up Hera to the south there. But the Arbalesters are still up. Maybe I'm the idiot. Maybe he should have invested a bit more into Shrivamshas. I'm really curious to see who has the better camel here. And just like that, Hera takes it. Now he's got 41 army count to 10. Yeah, it wasn't really a fair fight right from the very beginning. To be honest, Hera had a huge military lead. But what a way to end the game. Look at all the dead bodies. 259 kills to 226. Villager kills. Wow, 52 to 41. Those Shrivamshas did some damage here. Whatever they did, we'll have seen it in picture. And then both players tearing into one another. Hey, you guys, you should have been here on the front lines. What the hell are you doing over there? But I'm kind of curious. Bear with me. Look at that ridiculous melee armor. 7 melee armor on a camel. So, Hera's camel attacks on an 11. -7 is 4 damage, plus the bonus of 9. So 4 plus 9, right? 11 minus 7 is 4. I'm trying to be spirit of the law here. 11 minus 4. Pardon me. Oh my goodness. 11 minus 7 is 4. Well, we'll follow along as I struggle to do basic grade 3 math. 11 minus 7 is 4 plus 9 is 13 damage. With 140 HP, that means 11 attacks. I think the attack speed is the same at 2 seconds. So 11 attacks for the Saracen camel to kill the Gurjara camel, okay? On the opposite side, you got 9 attack minus 3, which is 6 damage, plus 13, right? 9 minus 3 is 6. Plus 13 is 19. So that's 8, right? No, or is it 9? 8 or 9 doesn't matter. In fact, the Gurjara camel, even though it has 30 less HP, fully upgraded with frontier guards and coming with that attack bonus naturally that progressively gets higher and higher, in fact, kills the Saracen camel in 1 or 2 strikes. 1 or 2 strikes quicker. So ACCM, even though he was outnumbered, did have the better camel. Unfortunately, had no response to this. 42 kills on the high ground. Hera just takes the hill. And wow, I mean, that battle. Let's look at the battle one more time because, I mean, not every game ends on such a cool note. Let's highlight everything, okay? Forget trying to make sense of it all. Forget the monk. And by the way, you shouldn't say forget the monk because as the monks move forward, they are healing everything within a 5-tile radius, remember? All right, let's get rid of the bombard cannons, the villagers. So we've got 43 Gurjara camels to 34, a dyslexic's worst nightmare. But Hera has 22 Arbalesters. By the way, 22 Arbalesters, 16 kills. And what do we say? They ended it on 40-something, so they get 25, 26, 28 more kills. All right, so the bigger army goes to blue, the stronger army goes to red. And let's see what happens here. Yeah, of course, Hera's it's not his first time at this rodeo. Look at him hugging the high ground, clinging onto it like Rose clinging onto that door at the end of Titanic, or whatever the hell she was clinging on. But, like Leonardo DiCaprio should have said, there's room enough here for both of us, as our Gurjara tries to get up to the high ground as well. He chases the Arbalesters. He should be taking a fight to the north quite well. He's going after the monks too, which is brilliant. They're not going to be able to heal anybody anytime soon. But Hera's camel from the eastern flank move in. Now the camels are going after Arbalesters. Never good. The Frontier Guards upgrade does not give them any additional pierce armor. It's only melee. And eventually Hera's numbers just overwhelm. These Arbalesters are literally one-shotting camels at this point. And then, ACCM's reinforcements from the Battle of the Quarry to the south arrive. What's their HP like? I mean, come on, look at that. One of them is basically dead. So whatever they can add to the party, they add. Reinforcements streaming in for one player, not really for the other. Although here they come for our Saracen. And what a beautiful, beautiful battle to end the game on. Well, I guess it's the Saracen camel that walks out of the bar alive, because the Gurjara camel, as powerful as it was, could not contend with the 40 to 26 kills. So out of 43 camels that our Gurjaras started this battle with, plus reinforcements, 26 of them were killed. Wow, by these Arbalesters on the high ground. Absolutely epic. I mean, Hera chose the location. ACCM tried to pull him out of position with some camels to the left. I'm not too sure if he wanted to do a three-pronged attack, or if he wanted to take this hill, or maybe pull Hera a little bit to the left by maybe jeopardizing these villagers. But in any event, ultimately all three army groups, north, southwest, and southeast, for our Gurjara collapsed on this one Saracen army, which stands strong. What a fantastic, gorgeous, beautiful battle to end this game on. 102 Arbalesters, 102 camels, 84 Saracen camels, 44 Shravamshas. If only there were like 5 Shravamsha riders here. If only there were 3 or 5 or 6 or 10 Shravamsha riders here that could have closed in on the Arbalesters. I feel like this battle could have gone a lot differently. And if it went a lot differently, this game probably would have continued on for a while, because we still have 1,800 gold left on the map, 3,200 stone. Although both players, look at their resources, baroque as a joke. Both of them have enough gold to train one camel. And then look at Hera going pure crossbow archer Arbalester play, so much so that his third most trained unit is not even around anymore. It's from the Dark Ages, from the Feudal Ages, where it's crossbowmen and Shravamshas. But holy shit, 318 AP. We're gonna have to go back and see when this was. I mean, Hera's usually 200 to 300. When he breaks 300, it's a cause to go and take a look. With the relic gold, takes about a 5,000 resource advantage. Where did that go? A little bit of wood, a little bit of food, a little bit of gold, a little bit of stone. So a little bit of everything. It looks like our Gurjara actually mined more gold, although with the relics, 4 of them at the end of the day, Hera does manage to take more. 3 conversions to 0, 13 raisings to 4, although not exactly that kind of game where raisings and conversions were really that relevant. But holy moly, look at the bloodbath to the north, look at the bloodbath to the center, look at the mini bloodbath here next to the quarry. So much good action, so many villagers out on the map for both players, gobbling up resources left, right, and center. And the last thing before I take leave and bid adieu to everyone who is nice enough to have stuck around right up until this point is I want to see 2834. What the hell was Hera doing at 2834? Oh, it was this. Okay, I'm looking here. I'm saying this doesn't require that much micro. It's this. It was this. So he must have been furiously clicking his keyboard and his mouse. Left, right, left, right, left, right, click, 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 in a fast-paced manner that us mortals can simply not understand. And with that fast clicking and that ridiculous StarCraft level APM, it is Hera who takes the W in a very fun end-of-game camel battle. And the master of camel toe is our Saracen, who takes the W, but GG to both players.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.